Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. You know, I don't comment on this an awful lot, but I've been following the situation in Iran and Israel very closely, the same as a lot of people probably are. And there's a few things that kind of spring out to me that I just wanted to talk about briefly and get your opinion on them. There are, of course, other channels which go more in depth than I ever would on this particular situation, but you do have to wonder whether, you know, it's going to have an effect on the region, the world, our energy prices and everything else. Is it part of the grand plan, as people may say? You never know. Well, let's have a look at this, shall we? There's this whole thing about whether they have one of these nukes or not, or they've developed enough uranium to make nuclear weapons. In my mind, I do wonder if they have one, or at some point developing one. Would they have used it by now if their territorial integrity was that much impinged? I just don't know the answer to that. I mean, on and off over the years, we've been told that they've been close to nuclear capability on and off for at least the last 40 years. So whether we'll ever know the truth, or whether it's another Iraq waiting to happen, who knows? But something is happening, and it's clear something has got to happen. Now, it's this raid by the Americans that puzzles me and makes me curious. We know Operation Midnight Hammer took place. You had a flight of B-2s going one direction and a flight of B-2s going in another direction. One was a decoy, one was the real strike package. They flew over and attacked these nuclear sites. Now, the main one that they wanted to get their hands on was Fordo. This is the fortified one that's buried several feet underground, where apparently you can't get at it. And the only country on the earth with a weapon capable of getting it is the Americans with their B-2 bombers. Yeah, have a look at this satellite image here. You can see a few well-placed holes in the ground where this thing was undamaged. Now, I saw another podcast where they actually turned around and said it would take 10 of these bombs delivered very quickly to, do the kind of damage necessary to take this thing out of commission. And you can see in this that, you know, there are protrusions in the ground. Was it enough damage and quick enough? You let me know in the comments. The other thing as well, which I find curious, is the part the mainstream media plays in all of this. I mean, years ago, and I go back to the early 80s and the Falklands War as an example, we never got regular updates, did we? Just the odd little snippet here and there. Yes, I was a young child at the time, but I do remember it. And roll forward all this time, you have a 24-hour news cycle that has to be perpetuated with something to keep them going all the time. And when it comes to military planning and secrecy, it's a bit of a nightmare. Now, would they, on that basis, if they were monitoring media channels and that sort of thing, get the idea that trouble might have been coming their way? Maybe they could have done something about it. I don't know. Well, have a look at this satellite picture here. And I've put a big yellow square around the part in interest. That's a big row of trucks at the same nuclear site. Now, what are they doing? Are they taking stuff in, or are they removing stuff that they don't want the Americans to damage in a bombing raid? So, was there forewarning? Was this a precaution? Was this raid as effective as they make out it was? Who knows? A few questions in my mind. I suppose time will tell. What will the Iranians do next? And how's it going to go? Time will only tell. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out this video. It's an earlier one I did on this. And as always, I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.